So today in the shop, a very, very good day. We beat the weather. We didn't get any more new snow, so we actually had about an extra hour down in the shop. We got our curvy girls. That sets our project up for completion. That was the last piece of the puzzle we needed. And Julie, thank you down there at Curvy Girls. We always enjoy interacting with you and buying stuff. I got to finish the other side of the wheel sanding. Karen made a great carnita meal, and boy oh boy, I can't tell you how good that tastes. We ended the day with the wheel prepped and ready to go, and we had a great birthday party for Rob, and we got to see the puppy. And this morning we have a really special day today. We're going to have a birthday party for Rob at some point this afternoon, late this afternoon, or tonight, I don't know. The girls never plan these things out a day ahead of time. Unlike me, who plans every minute of his life out like a military operation. A losing military operation at that. Anyway, I got to flip all the battery chargers, number one. I got to go chop some ice. I got to have some coffee, and I want to try to finish that wheel today. I'm really hoping I can get the rest of the sanding done, because they're predicting a couple of days in the next 5 that it might not snow. And so, because it's 70% or 80% or whatever, who knows? If we do have the wheel all sanded and prepped, and we do get the clear onto that wheel anyway, and Joe gets the clear for his project, he's using a different brand of clear. I don't know where this is all going to wind up, because we're always a slave to the weatherman. So another thing, in these unpredictable days, this unpredictable winter, I'm trying to come up with a final plan. It looks like we're going to be done with the rear wheel within a week, couple days, I don't know. It's all depending on the weather. And then I may want to, I didn't plan it this way. My original plan was I was going to flip the wheels, but considering how bad the weather is, and there's no way we're going to be riding for the foreseeable future, I may just pull the front wheel off, put the whole bike up on blocks, and then in the springtime, or when it's a lot warmer, out in the garage, I'm in Green Bay right now, then flip the both wheels in one day and put the gold wheels on this bike. I don't know, that's what makes it fun. It's all unpredictable, and there's never a Groundhog Day. I did manage to talk to Luciano, and he's got his H1 Kawasaki all reassembled with the blue parts, and he invited me to come up for a photo shoot, but unfortunately, well, the snow is I'm taking pictures of the snow and dropping ice. Anyway, congratulations, Luciano. I'm glad you got that done, and we will try to get up for a photo shoot soon. Job one in this weather is keep a hole in the ice. Look at this. Hey, look at these icicles. Maybe we could do something with these. I don't know what though. Go rob a bank or something. Ha! Ninja Turtles. Ah! Losing my mind, but I really do have to keep that hole in the ice. That is a key part, keeping my fish alive through the winter. So we just have to see what the weatherman has in store today. It looks cloudy. They said 70% chance of flurries. A wintry mix. That's what they call it. Oh, and that coffee is so good after chopping ice and after checking out the weather situation. Oh, come on, coffee. Okay, what is this? Carnitas you're making today?
Pork tenderloin.
Pork tenderloin.
Carnitas.
Carnitas. So now I'll be smelling carnitas while I'm sanding the wheel. So yesterday I got the first half of this sanded out, and I'm real happy the way this is coming out. Today I have the second half. It's going to be a labor of love, that's for sure. But like everything in my shop, first thing I have to do is have my coffee. I have to do all the email for the day. I got to make sure that, well, we've got all our ducks in a row here so far, and do a final check on the weather, because if there's any chance we can paint this in the next couple of days, then I will definitely finish this side today. Having it prepped up and ready is a real important thing for me, because you never know, just like we just had a couple of days ago, in the middle of this whole thing, you have a 40-degree sunny day, and when we do, I want to have that wheel sanded, ready to go, and I have Joe's fairing. The day that clear comes in, Joe can come up, drop the clear off, and we're ready to go. Scheduling it like it's a military operation. We're going to invade Honduras. I don't know what we're going to do. Now, as usually happens, we got a first delivery, I guess. Rutherford is some kind of priority delivery here. I don't know. We finally, it looks like this is from Julie at Curvy Girls. So, it's not Curvy Girls, it's Curvy Girl. But anyway, Julie, by the way, we have had the best of luck, absolutely the best of luck with our Curvy Girls. I pretty much have them on all the motorcycles. I don't want to cut this the way they have it packaged. Anyway, I always like to do an unboxing. Oh, a priority mail within a priority mail within a priority mail. I don't know what this is all about. This is supposed to be valve stems. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. Well, don't cut it. Don't cut it. Oh my God, the way they pack things nowadays. There we go. Curvy Girl valve stems come in two sizes, basically. 11s and 8s. And if you order 11s, you'll probably need 8s. And if you order 8s, you'll probably need 11s. And if you check the chart, oh, look at this. I got plenty of these. We can give these to Luciano for his motorcycle. Luciano likes these decals, by the way. I don't. And this is what happens now. I got the Curvy Girls. Here they are. And assembly instructions. We've done a lot of them already, so we have them on basically all our videos. I ordered black for this project. And black wheels. Of course, I want black. And what I did to ensure that I'd have the right size, of course I measured them, but I need a set for the MT-09, I need a set for this bike, and it turns out I need one of each. So when I called Julie, I said, I'm so happy. You know, in the past you've sent me the wrong ones, and Bob Navola got the wrong ones, and I said, I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm just going to buy one of each. And well, I don't know if she believed me or not. Oh, but she is fun to deal with. If you call down it, and of course, this is the best part. I'm not sure Karen's going to be impressed with this, but XL. She must know I was a fat guy. Let's see. They're giving me a free T-shirt, a Curvy Girl T-shirt. Look at this. There you go. Check that out. Look at that. Motorcycle stuff, not porn. By the way, they have a lot of good stuff. They have Zeus fittings and different hardware. So anyway, I'll give Luciano the decals. I'll keep the shirt. Maybe this will make me more attractive to younger women. Something Karen doesn't think will really ever happen. But anyway, there you go. And this is the main thing. We now have the final parts. And boy, I could say these. I highly recommend these. These are, and they give you a little bit of Loctite with it and everything. I don't know. This is just couldn't be better. So I took one of the new Curvy. These are the new Curvy Girls apart, and they do give you some Loctite. And in the past, I have not used Loctite, but you can be very, if you over tighten these, and I'm good at doing it. I don't know why. I haven't stripped one yet, but they're aluminum, and if you over tighten them, you strip them and then you throw them away. But if you leave them loose and they're loose in the rim, they probably won't lose air because they seal at the side, not at the end. But again, now they're little instructions here to put a drop of Loctite on. I'm not sure. I like doing them hand tight. I know just about how tight that they don't move, but not that tight, like you're tightening a toilet valve or something. So this is something. This is in the eye of the beholder here. But they do give you Loctite now with the Curvy Girls. They didn't used to give it to you originally, but now they give it to you. Maybe that's maybe that's the way of the future. I don't know, but I'm still an old school guy. I will just be careful tightening them up. Now, same as yesterday, we're going to do this job with 1000 grit, and that has proven to be a good choice. Now this side of the wheel, we've got almost every part of it done. I may want to do a little touch-ups. The idea is at the end of it to have as few shiny spots as possible. And it was a really smart thing to divide this job up in half because we're not racing off to go riding this afternoon, that's for sure. But I thought this one, just to break up the monotony of a couple hours of sanding, is to start in the middle and work my way out through the spokes, and then the last thing do the rim. Now, the reason for doing that, just to break up the monotony, there's no real reason, there's no real improvement or whatever, but I did get the okay from Karen to, I got about a 3-hour window here to use, because they've made Rob's party tonight. So, and it should be a great party. He's a great son-in-law. and he used to own that Ninja and partners with me that we restored into the 650R, the black and gold Ninja. So anytime I start off a day of sanding, I always like to have a little bit of a plan of action of how I want to do it. And yesterday we did from the outside to the inside. Today we'll do from the inside to the outside, and it'll all get done. If we have this window that I didn't know what we were going to have, I didn't know if we were having a brunch or what. And sometimes when Karen makes a like a shopping trip or something right in the middle of the day, I just have to plan around it. Relatively easy to do, but I still like to do it. I like to know as soon as possible so I can plan out what I want to do with my part of the day. So she's cooking carnitas, I'm sanding wheels, and who knows what you're doing. I don't know. Maybe you're in Rikers Island looking at this YouTube video. I don't know. It could happen. Anyway, I want to show, as I always do, one little spot in real time, and then we'll just move right along here. And oh, that's sanded right out. Right out. Now, wherever I'm going to show this without a camera cut, as I always try to do. Now, at the very end, when I'm all done, see, there's little high spots here and there. Well, I'll try to go over them because I can't get my finger down in there. That's when I'll use that little nail file stick at the very end when I want to do the final detailing. But basically you have, this was a rough, there's some water stains on there. This was a rough casting. It's going to be sanded, 1000 gridded out, and then when we put that final coat of clear on this, I'll bet you any money, even you'll be impressed. Even I'll be impressed. Well, Karen will be impressed. That's the main thing. Now, just as I did on the other side, I want to do one segment, move. One segment, move. And you can look at yesterday's video. I did a lot of it in fast forward, just to make it that nobody fell asleep while the popcorn machine was running. Yep, and that worked out great. And we'll get this side done. I'm sure we'll get this side done today. And well, I'll be real happy then. Then it'll just be a question of waiting for that magic day that we can put the last coat of clear on. And this is in fast forward, of course, and I always suggest to people, this is the time you need patience. Break it up with some coffee breaks, whatever. Anything that I do, I try to do one little segment at a time, wipe it down, go to the next segment. If you just get the whole wheel wet and try to do it at once, you'll be disappointed. And as I said, the whole idea is to break it up into little segments. Each little segment, once you get a segment done, dry it off, move on to the next segment, and look for any flaws when I'm all done. When I'm all done, I'm going to have to go around this edge carefully, because this edge is something that you really see. A very, very defined edge. Now see, what I try to do is I have a picture on my computer, a screensaver, and I try to look at what part of the wheel do I see, and I'm going to see that's right behind the sprocket. So obviously we're going to see the bars and the rim. You're going to see 90% of it, but I wouldn't want to spend a lot of time on stuff that I'm really not going to see, and I want to spend extra time on all the little details that I am going to see. And by the way, it's a good way to inspire yourself every time you got to look at it and say, how is that going to look with the black wheels? Wow. Now, next thing I'm going to bundle up one of these nail files and try to work down into that area, little by little by little, do one spoke at a time. And that's the best way I know is just break up a big job into little segments. Again, what I'm trying to do is pick one little area of the wheel, go to the next spoke, get that one done, go to the next spoke, rotate the sandpaper around so I'm always using a new edge, move to the next spoke. By doing them one at a time, I have had good success, and I don't miss a lot of spots by doing it this way. And of course, by showing it in fast forward, now I'm to the other side of the spoke, and a snowflake wheel is truly a labor of love, that's for sure. The thing is, it's easier for me to sand the inside of every spoke this way, and then to do the other side of the V to work this side. So I'm trying to come up with, otherwise I wind up missing spots. Now the hardest thing, or the thing I want to really take my time on, are these big flats, because as those flats go through the sun, they're going to reflect the sunlight, and that's one of the areas we want to be perfect, and I'll spend extra time on that. Now doing the spokes, it's a little bit tedious because you're in a very awkward angle, and when you have them in the wheel balancer, you're sanding uphill. Now with all the spokes, we're done with the spokes. Now the last thing is going to be the rim, and I want to really take my time here, of course, pretty much doing one segment at a time. And once that's done, get this all prepped up and tack ragged down, and then wait for a day we can shoot clear. Now we got a good bite out of this, and it's a good time to take a break. I need a break, and it's never a good thing to try to do this all in one gulp. And we need some supplies for Rob's party tonight, so I'm gonna take the break right now. So we don't have any snowflakes yet, but it looks like we're going to, well boy, definitely not a painting day. It's really humid and definitely not going to be able to paint today. So there's no point rushing, and we do have errands to do today. It looks like Luciano the Snowman won again. Luciano, you won another round of this, the winter battle. Oh, it just couldn't be any more fun than this. Errands on a snowy day. Oh, the town is literally a winter wonderland. How nice could it be? And as I'm going here, I'm looking, the windshield has a few snowdrops, or raindrops, or some drops, I don't know. But we are at the mercy, always at the mercy of the weather. Oh, I'm slipping and sliding in my own driveway. Hey birds, better get out of the driveway, I'll feed you later. They get double and triple fed this time of year. I don't think we'll be taking Karen's car anymore for the next couple of days. Oh my God. Now we're back and all our maintenance is done. I've made sure all the pathways are clear, so if I get any motorcycle parts deliveries tomorrow, I don't think so. I think we're in good shape with our project. So I'm home from all my errands. The coffee is brewed. Oh, I can smell the coffee, but this is what I can smell. The carnitas. These are going to be cooking all day. Oh, look at that a puff of smoke. Wow. If you only knew what this house smelled like. Okay, now that we're back, the last part of the wheel is going to be the edges, the rim, and we will just be very aggressive about getting this done. All our errands are done. We're ready for a big party for the cake we made yesterday. See the puppy? And have this wheel totally prepped by day's end. I will be very, very happy to have that happen. And whatever time I have left over today, I'll detail out as many of the little spots on this as I can. I'd like to have this all prepped up by day's end. That would really float my boat. Oh, and fast forward again, right at the end of the job is where I really start getting fussy and start looking for little spots, little flaws, little high spots or low spots. I want to pay particular attention to the edge of the rim where the tire meets the rim. I like that to be a nice smooth area that reflects the sun. Again, a labor of love. I think we got everything. I'm going to get the some paper towels out, dry this all off, and see. There'll be little spots I want to touch up at the very end. And the last thing is then I got to take it out of the jig and sand all of these parts with the wheel laying flat. That worked out pretty well yesterday. I think we got all the hard parts done here, and just by breaking it up into segments, this went pretty well. Now, one of the last sand outs, and I had good luck doing it this way, the edge of the spokes, it was difficult to do while it was in the jig. In this case, this will be a very simple job just to go around the wheel. Then look very, very carefully for any spot I might have missed. And I'm sure we'll have a little bit of time here to do the final cleanup and detailing. Now, the last thing I want to do, of course, if I don't get any more interruptions, what I want to do is get a final prep on this, get it prep all down, spray it with compressed air, and that gets rid of any little thing that's in the little nooks and crannies of this type of wheel. And in total here, I'm really excited about the way this is coming out, because what happens is at this point in the job, the thing looks pretty rough. It's all full of white slime and everything. You think, oh my God, it's going to look terrible. Oh, why didn't I just leave it shiny? And then you put that final coat of clear on and it's like, holy mackerel, does that look good. And I have had that wonderful experience many times in my life with models and with motorcycles and with other things. Painted guitars for people, and Rail, remember we painted the outboard engine cover for one of his boats. Custom paint, it's all about the fun. And at the end of the day, my arm is usually tired, but when I see the result, when that is all prepped up and ready for the clear, I won't even think about that pain or boredom. All right, I think we've achieved the goal today, and we've worked within the time window we had available. Didn't interrupt our family obligations in any way. And this I'll get prepped up. All I have to do is clean up the wheel balancer and change out the tin foil, finish wiping this down, get the prep wall out, get this all cleaned up. And like I said, it's a really good tip to clean in all these nooks and crannies with compressed air at the very end. It blows out any of the dust that's still in there. That's really a good tip. See, I don't want to have any moisture anywhere in there because it brings the little bit of sanding grit that we made. This should get rid of, well, as I say, should. And then the last thing will be the prep wall. And then just before I do the clear, about a minute before I do the clear, tack rag this all down with a brand new tack rag. And we should be ready to go. Now again, it might be overkill, but I always think when I'm doing my final coat of clear, any little dust or garbage or anything that's in this, I don't want it to spray up onto the wheel. And just stacking the deck in my favor here. Brand new tin foil. I've cleaned it all with compressed air. I just have to clean the wheel now. Now I'm really detailing this with prep wall. I'll even get some Q-tips to get down into some of these little snowflake areas. Ordinarily a wheel would be a little bit less detailed than this, but because this is a snowflake wheel, it's got a lot of, it's like a waffle. It's got a lot of little nooks and crannies, little edges, and we'll prep this up. And I said right before, the trick is not to even bother tack ragging it until right before you spray it, a minute before you spray it. I'll be perfectly honest. I spent 2 full days sanding this wheel out, and to me, it's worth every penny. Now, some people it isn't. I understand that. Some people just as soon have a flat black wheel that hasn't been wiped off since, you know, the Vikings discovered Poland. But that's a whole nother issue. This is the issue for people that really like a nice, clean motorcycle, something that's easy to maintain. And in my case, I enjoy the fact that my bike, in a sea of other bikes, will be just a little bit unique. Just a little bit. I don't want to have a bike that's so radical that it's not comfortable to ride, or so radical that it's in some way hard to maintain, or whatever. Because basically, remember, the whole reason for having these motorcycles, my whole reason, is that I love to ride them. And I really like to ride them to the limit of my ability. I don't like to ride them like just riding around like they're a shopping cart or something. So that's the whole reason for doing what I do. Final little thing using prep wall is to get a Q-tip down in every corner as much as we can clean this up. I know this is like what some people would think is overkill, but when I'm done with this wheel, I want it to be as good as I can possibly make it within the skills and budget that I have. And that's the goal. And I try to reach the goal pretty much every time, but I think this one is going to be an exception. This is really going to be a good one. I'm really excited about seeing this in final clear. Now, I forgot to mention one little thing that's a good tip. If you see you've sanded through any spot on a black wheel, just before you paint it, touch it up with a Sharpie marker. It's a lot easier, and it makes a nice level thing. We don't have a lot on there to touch up, but I will do that just before I do the wheel, because what happens is when you tack rag it down, what can happen is you wipe the Sharpie marker off sometime. So just before you're done, that is a good tip. Anyway, I want to thank the healthcare workers, and you guys have done a miracle keeping us alive, keeping us safe. I'm so appreciative of it. And I'm so looking forward to, on a day like today, I'm so looking forward to that first day of spring when the phone starts ringing. Meet me at Choppers, meet me at Perry's, meet me at so wherever. Village Market, whatever. I don't know. This is almost a year that Karen and I have been sequestered, and we both have cabin fever. Maybe you do too. I don't know. But we're both safe and healthy, and that's what we have to thank the healthcare workers for. So anyway, we're going to wait for some weather. Weather hopefully is coming the next couple days. We're assuming Joe will have the shipment of the clear for his job, and we are always, as I always say, slaves to the weather. But you know what? It's a great, I think, restoring old motorcycles like this and trying to repair things that some people would say are irreparable. It's a challenging thing to me. I do enjoy it. I enjoy sharing it with you and with all the people that watch YouTube. And thank you one and all for people that contribute things to YouTube. I have benefited from many, many years. It's unbelievable the things I've learned from YouTube, and it saved my bacon many times. So anyway, I'm going to end the video, and I'm looking forward to going to this party tonight and eating that cake. We made that cake yesterday, and it was, and now I got this barbacoa. It's like torture to work down here and have these. I feel like I work in a bakery or something. Anyway, thanks for watching. Oh, how'd that cake come out?
You want this one or this one?
Wow.
This has got bears on the side.
It's got the graham crackers on the side.
Is Daddy's a teddy bear?
You gotta make a wish before. Come on, put the candles on it. Come on, baby.
The candles? No.
Buddy, it's a birthday party. You're supposed to be behaving yourself. Buddy. Buddy, you're supposed to be behaving yourself. All right, here's that. We got our fire insurance paid up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Robbie. Happy birthday to you. Blow the candles out, Miles. Oh! Mean dog. Ow! Hey! Hey, you're biting me. Mean dog. Mean dog. Godzilla. Godzilla versus mean dog. Nice feet. Ah! Ow! Mean dog. Mean dog. Ah! He's got his feet. Oh, we love you, buddy. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Ah! Ah! Those are razor teeth. You're a mean dog. Ah! Ah! Oh, it's hard to describe how nice the party went. Thank you, Karen. That was a wonderful cake, a wonderful party. And I thought this would be an appropriate way to end today's video, since Rob was the original owner and we were actually partners on the 650 that became the black and gold Ninja. These are really old pictures from when we first got the bike. I think they're in 2009, but I'm not sure. They were right after Rob got the bike. Now, Rob learned how to ride on the GS1100. That was one of the original bikes he was riding before he bought his own bike. So what happened is he decided he wanted to get a bike of his own. We went down a motorcycle mall, and he wanted a 250 Ninja. I came down to my computer one day, and he had up on the screen that he wanted a 250 Ninja, a picture of the bike. So we went down a motorcycle mall, and he had just enough money to get the 250, and I decided to put the money I talked him into getting the 650 instead of the 250, basically because I knew sooner or later he'd outgrow the bike. Now, the reason these pictures are so memorable to me is when he first got the bike and we were having what I call riding lessons. I was videotaping him going up and down Arden Drive, and he was learning how to corner and how to do his heavy braking and different things. Well, we used to stop at this waterfall, which is on Arden Drive, and we'd take pictures of each other just so we could look back. This is now 10 years later. Well, more than 10, maybe 12 years later. And we would take pictures of each other and come back to the house, and I'd show him the video that I shot of him going around at the tight turns on Arden and where to hit the brake and, well, whatever, basic stuff. And he became a really good rider. Of course, our grandson Miles came along, and he rode less and less and less, and to the point where he got a giant promotion at his job. And he has no time at all to ride now. He's in charge of a big major part of a company. So he decided to turn the bike over to me. And that's when last winter I did the restoration on it, which became the restoration of the 650 Ninja. But looking back at these memories, and boy, am I glad we took these pictures. I'm glad we have this short video. And to have a great son-in-law like Rob, he has been a great daddy, a great son-in-law, and a really good rider. And we still ride from time to time. But he loves to ride the RD more than the 650 now. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And one final thought. 12 years go by, and you don't even realize how quick they go. All of a sudden you look at your old photos and they're behind you instead of ahead of you. It's an amazing thing. 12 years have gone by.